I slid all your
Hey, what's up folks, and welcome back to another 3D Hangouts. My name is Noah Ruiz. I'm a designer here at Adafruit, and every week, Pedro's joining me.
What's up everybody, I'm Pedro, Creative Tech here at Adafruit, and every week we come to share 3D printed projects featuring electronics from Adafruit.
That is right, this is the show where we combine 3D printing and DIY electronics to make inspirational projects, and guess what folks? We've been doing it for 5 years!
Woohoo! Our 5-year anniversary is coming up sometime this month.
And we have a special coupon code for folks, so let's kick it in. Getting right with the show, we'll do a little bit of housekeeping, and we'll jump into these really fun projects that we can't wait to talk about. Here it is. This week's coupon code is 5 years. So if you want to pick up anything in the Adafruit shop, this is going to get you 10% off your order. So use coupon code 5 years at checkout. This works on everything except for those gift certificates and subscriptions to AdaBox. So check it out. And if you go over to the website and say adafruit.com/free, you'll get this little guy here, this nice little picture. And we have deals that are going on. For orders that are $99 or more, you get a free Perma Proto half-size breadboard, $200 or more, free UPS ground shipping. For orders that are $299 or more, you get all that, plus a Circuit Playground Express. And we have a really nice segment later in the show all about the Circuit Playground Express, how awesome it is. So, we also have same-day delivery here, not here, but in the New York City area. Folks have an option to get their stuff delivered on the same day that they order it. So if you are in New York City, check it out and you need that option. It is going to be in the checkout, so check it out. Lots of checks. This is a nice little banner for the newsletter. We have an Adafruit product focus newsletter that happens once a week, every single week. There's new products in the shop and we can't wait to let you know about it. So that is how to get notified via your email. It isn't tied to your account because we don't like to spam, so check it out at adafruit.com/newsletter. CircuitPython meetings happen every Monday at 2 p.m. This is an open source chat that folks can come in and listen in. They can contribute as well. CircuitPython, of course, is the easiest way to program hardware using Python that's embedded in the chips. So check out the Discord chat room. We've got a link up there at discord.gg/Adafruit. That is where the CircuitPython meeting happens. Again, it's on Mondays at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. I want to jump into CircuitPython.org, our latest awesome CircuitPython project. This is where you can get the latest and greatest version of CircuitPython for Adafruit hardware and hardware from the community because, of course, it is open source. When it comes to daily content, we have so much content that we had to make several different categories and spread them out across days. There's lots of stuff happening in the Maker community, and one way to get notified on the daily is to check out the Adafruit Daily newsletter. It's a standalone website, not tied to your account, no spam here, adafruitdaily.com, and then you're going to click on the things that pique your interest. Maybe 3D printing, maybe MicroPython, CircuitPython, all that plus tax. Shout out to the folks in Discord. Over 13,000 members are in Discord right now. I want to give a shout out to everybody hanging out there. 18 makers, Bill Binko is there, loving it. Thank you so much for joining us. How are you doing? And some other folks will probably join in. It's kind of early right now, but hey, folks, we're also in the YouTube chats and in the Facebook chats. I can see people are waking up still.
Shoutouts to Arman and Charles Bernaford.
Hello.
Hello,
And thank you for joining. Let us know if you guys have any questions. We'll answer them as we get to things.
So we're celebrating 5 years doing 3D Hangouts, 6 years being employed at Adafruit.
That's right.
Lots of projects. We have a giant playlist of every single project we've been working on every week for the past 6 years, so definitely check those out.
Right.
If you think we should do a project, we've probably already done 3 versions of it, so
3?
definitely
Maybe 4. Yeah.
go to the search.
Yeah, we're going to look at some cool stuff this week. One last thing, don't forget, we have a jobs board. We want to help folks that have maker skills that can use it to pay their maker bills. So check out jobs.adafruit.com. You can create a free profile, whether you're a maker or you're an actual employer looking for makers. Check out jobs.adafruit.com. I saw the word board and I was like, go to boards.com. No. Jobs.adafruit.com. And I will even do that right now on my website. I think it's jobs.adafruit.com. You betcha it is. So it's a free form. We have a nice little video that tells you how to create your profile. You can do so. It is free to do so, and we have lots of great listings. Adafruit is also looking for some help, some full-time web development in the New York City area. So if you fancy yourself some PHP, definitely check out the opportunity. We're a pretty good company to work for. All right, well, I'm biased, right? Don't forget, the coupon code is 5 years.
That'll get you 10% off your order. Works on everything except certificates and subscriptions.
It also won't work for 5 years, just today, sorry. Yeah.
Actually, there's a little secret on how to get coupon codes that get extended, but you can only read about that in the Discord.
Yeah, there's some
Hangouts.
hacks. You can hack our coupon code and get more coupon codes.
There's just more coupon codes.
Excellent. All right, well, I think that does it for housekeeping. I've swept up as much as I can. Now it's time to jump into, well, this week's project. This week's project is all about the PyGamer. We got some cool PyGamer accessories and updates that we'd like to share with you. So let's go ahead and jump into the overhead. That's Pedro's overhead. I'll jump into my overhead. Wham, here we go. So this week we thought we'd make some accessibility buttons for the PyGamer. So these are little buttons that are 3D printed, and they are press fitted over these switches, these very clicky switches on the PyGamer. The Adafruit PyGamer is the best and easiest way to get into programming games, or if you just want to play some sweet NES ROMs. I'm going to put this back in here like that. Very cool. So we went ahead and printed out the entire alphabet in Braille. The Braille little dots, you may have seen them in different signs and such, but these are really small, and you can print a whole bunch of them on even the smallest bed of a 3D printer. So they all have like this configuration of 2 by 3 dots, and that way you can create up to 26 different characters. There's also different ways to create phrases and things, which you can do. So if you have a project that you really want to make it more accessible, you can print out these buttons. And if you just want to kind of maybe put a little bit of extra detail to the buttons, maybe you want to make them look like an Xbox controller, or you want it to look like a PS3-4 controller, you can add triangles and shapes and that sort of stuff.
You also don't have to put them on the button. You can just add them to a case or any other existing.
That's right, in the case itself. Speaking of the case, we went ahead and updated the back. So the back now has a really nice exposed headers, so you can actually fit a feather wing right on the back here without having to kind of take this case apart. Very nice. It's also 2 millimeters thinner, which the Johnny Ive in me is like, yes, 2 millimeters thinner.
I was going to say, that sounds like
so much better.
Apple.
Yeah, so this is great. I don't have the airlift with me. Do you want to go run and grab it real quick just to show how flush you can get your feather wing on here? So this guy, the PyGamer, doesn't have Wi-Fi capability, but we do have an extra add-on feather wing that adds Wi-Fi via the ESP32. This is our favorite Wi-Fi chip right now. Look at the buttons flying everywhere. So this is the airlift, the easiest way to add Wi-Fi to your projects. And this feather wing can fit right here on top like that. It's using the regular standard size header pins, so they work really nice. You can see how flush it is. Just barely covers that. So that's a really nice way to add and expand your PyGamer with even more awesome stuff. If the PyGamer didn't have enough stuff on it, you can stuff more stuff on it. Very awesome. So that is our update, and you can get all this stuff, 3D print it, going to the Learn Guides. Let me pull that up real quick. Hopefully I have it open. If not, I'll bring it open. So over here on learn.adafruit.com, you can get a full breakdown of all the things the case has, different products that go with the different accessories that can go with the PyGamer. If you want these really nice plastic button caps, we have these. These are injection molded. They have a nice feel to them. We have their little speaker add-on. If you want to add on an extra speaker, give your volume a little bit more oomph. You got the battery in there as well. The 350 does fit in this updated case. I made sure of that. And then we have this cable, the best USB cable in my opinion, because it's fully reversible, and I'll show you guys a demo on that a little bit later. We got some other part lists here broken down and copy and pastable links. Okay, over here, this is telling you the parts. You can get them from Thingiverse and other sites. We have them there. It also includes the step files of the actual PCB, so you can design that.
So that is on Thingiverse, because Bill Binko is asking for the Fusion files to edit those.
It's on Fusion. It's in Thingiverse, so I'll right-click on that, new tab, head on over to the Thing files, and down here you can see we have a .step file and a .f3d file. Beautiful. Now the step file is really good for folks that are using SolidWorks, Rhino, Maya. Step files are just sort of your open standard for solid modeling. All right, back over to the page. I have a dedicated page for the Braille buttons, how to lay them out on your slicer and how to attach them using some nice super glue. And that's pretty much it to it. So those are all in a zip file down here in the Thingiverse page. I have a Braille-alphabet because there's 26 of them, so I thought I'd zip it up instead of having to download them all individually. Excellent. All right. And the assembly just kind of talks about gluing the bezel to the frame of the case. Sweet. And that's really it in a nutshell. So this week it's really quick and simple, just adding a little bit more to the PyGamer. Definitely check out the updated case if you want to have those headers exposed, and if you want to have those speaker holes as well. I didn't talk about them, but speaker holes. Yep. Shout out Pedro for the speaker holes.
There was a lot of geometry that we were meaning to add for the first revision of this, but things are in the way, deadlines, blah blah
blah blah blah. Very cool.
Here it is now.
So this is the PyGamer. Guess what, folks? It's in stock. 14 left. Get 10% off your order right now. Max 2 per customer, because yeah.
Go ahead and pick it up now. Earlier there was 60 in stock, so.
There is a plethora of projects and learn guides that you can right away plug this in and start playing, because it ships with a game that was designed by John Park in collaboration with Lamar. And DigiKey.
And DigiKey.
And DigiKey. Very, very cool. So check it out. MakeCode is an amazing piece of software that you can use to program tons of different games.
Not just video games, you can use it as a UI.
Yeah, if you want to make some demos and stuff.
For controlling NeoPixel lights or any of the like. You can use it as a user interface development platform.
While I got you here, if you scroll down here, you can start seeing all the learn guides. This button right here, this one's going to give you all of the learn guides that we have so far with the PyGamer. So check them out. There's lots of different games, lots of different cases and such. Maybe you want to add a crank to your PyGamer and add some crankiness to it. Okay. We got this really cool Arcada project that animates the screen and turns it into a USB gamepad. So you have the super meta character called Joy, and it's a joy to play with. Lots of extra fun stuff. Check them all out. You can even do TensorFlow, so do some machine learning on the PyGamer. Very, very cool. Okay, that's this week's project, folks. Again, if you guys have any comments or suggestions or ideas or anything, let us know. We're hanging out in the Discord chat room and right here in the YouTube chat room right now. How about Facebook? Facebook is saying, hello, I'm sleeping. Excellent. All right. Pedro's chatting it up, making tweets. Hello, Lick the Cheese. Hello, Alinsky.
Had some
Hello,
feedback
Charles.
from Bill Binko on
On Discord.
On Discord. Says he loves the Braille buttons. One suggestion would be to actually have people with vision issues use them so we can get some feedback on those. And he lists a couple of different areas in the Florida area on good places for doing like outreach.
Interesting. Lighthouse for the Blind, Palm Beaches. Sweet. We'll take a look at it.
Yep, I took a quick peek at it. Super cool. If anybody has any volunteering time available, definitely check that out, or any caregivers from that area.
Let us know. There might be some cool ideas.
We can send some out if you need any.
Yeah, don't forget, we can, if you can't see the screen, of course we have audio, so you could maybe make it so that audio clips play, and that sort of thing. Lots of different ideas. Cool. Don't forget, the coupon code is 5 years. We'll come back to it as we go through the different segments. All right, I can't wait any longer. What's the deal with the space helmet in the back there, Pedro? You ready?
Coming up on, let's go ahead and jump into this week's prototyping.
Yeah.
And I'm prototyping this really cool SpaceX helmet.
SpaceX helmet, oh my goodness.
Definitely wanted to do something for the 50th anniversary of the Apollo landing, but obviously this took quite a while to print.
Hey, this thing's huge.
We were also planning to like go down to the Kennedy Space Center, check out one of the rockets, but as we've seen with yesterday's launch, they just happened so randomly because of our crazy weather and climate and all that.
Yes, yes.
But this is an excellent design by, on Thingiverse name is Nathan720. I did this really awesome design. Pretty close replication of the helmets that are used by the Starman, a little mannequin that they sent up with the Tesla Roadster earlier this year. They were testing out the rockets. Has an awesome little hinge design. Which camera are we on? There we go. Nice little hinge design on that. And prints in multiple pieces. And it's assembled with heat set inserts.
Here's one of the pieces. It's fairly large. It was able to fit, though, on your standard bedside of a Prusa printer.
So anything with like a 220 bed should be able to fit on there. Of course, you can scale these down. Definitely fits your head. I think he states that anything, any head that's like within 20 centimeters or something like that, like ear to ear, should be able to fit. You could, of course, scale this up. Like I was saying, he uses heat inserts to have all of the pieces bolted together. And even though it's in separate pieces, it actually looks like it's part of the design.
All right, go ahead and turn it on.
So one of the things I wanted to do was, of course, he has a buck for the visor. Took a look at a bunch of ways to actually produce this, but everything that we look at from like Bill Doran's like tutorials on how to make that, it's just too much work. I don't want to play with fiberglass and all that. So I went ahead and added NeoPixels to the inside, add some sort of electronics to it. Looks super cool. We're using CircuitPython on the Feather M4 52840 on this.
Yep, which means we can do amazing things like have an iOS app, maybe tap a button, and completely change the animation on buttloads of pixels that you got there.
Yeah,
very,
so it's
very nice.
About 120 NeoPixels. I'm using the high density, mini skinny NeoPixel strips. We're using the black coated PCBs on the lower chin area and the white on the top here. We have easily accessible USB to reprogram the Feather.
Yeah, you want to go on the overhead at all?
The little slide switch.
Yeah.
We have easy access to. Probably this one.
Okay.
Should have more room. You can see here the little breakout for the micro USB, and then the Feather 52840 is down there. We have a 3D printed Ninja Flex pocket for the LiPo battery in there. We have a 1200 milliamp hour battery, and you have plenty of clearance there when you rotate the hinge on this. So there's plenty of room for adding additional accessories like a microphone that would make it UV reactive or something like that. And any other, I can't think of anything else.
Yeah,
microphone,
you could add a prop maker feather wing, perhaps get some sound effects going.
Yeah,
it has
like
that would
radio.
give it an accelerometer with the prop maker so that you can shake your head and do different animations and whatnot. Very, very neat.
You can also control this with your Apple Watch using the BLE Connect app.
Let me do a quick demo, see if I can get that working.
Still not finished yet. I have to add like padding for the head so it keeps it nice and level on my head like that.
Yeah.
So
you can do some color picking swatches here. So you can see Pedro's hat changing there as I tap on the different buttons. Pretty quick. in my opinion. See if I get a nice deep red. There we go. So this is a part of the iOS app here. We also have an app for Android, but I don't think there's an Android watch, is there? Maybe there is.
No, there is. Somebody has to
make
it.
it. So you have the ability to pick up to these 4 buttons, and you can update or change the animation if you want, using these 2 buttons up here to speed it up or slow it down. And then you can just kind of swatch out different animations.
This thing is so cool.
Yeah, it's pretty fun. And then, of course, the color picker over here is the exact same thing that's on the watch, just broken out for the watch. Here, though, you can pick different intensity levels of the brightness. You want to tone it down a bit.
Danger, danger.
Do that here, yeah. Be cool to have a flash. Danger, danger. Too close to me.
Danger, little Amazon.
Very awesome. So if you are looking to update your Starman cosplay, oh boy, do we got some electronics for you.
Yeah, I got the astronaut suit coming in for the video.
Astronaut jacket.
Should be cool.
Very, very cool.
Oh yeah, I remembered what the other thing could be. The recent project from Dano, the Shark Week talking shark head.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe add the same sort of pulley mechanism inside there, so it's like
flips open and down.
Or like that Iron Man.
Maybe a little heavy.
Maybe.
You need a stepper motor.
So the thing that I'm doing for the
Vire,
I did not weigh. I don't know.
Is it heavy?
It's kind of heavy.
Okay.
Although it's a full spool of white, I think it only used up like maybe a third of it. So using like 10% infill, and we'll talk about this in I think 2 weeks when we release it. The plan that I have for the visor is actually just 3D printing it with a Voronoi texture or pattern on it, so I could actually see through it. Since I don't want to go through the mess of vacuum forming a visor for this.
Cool. All right.
Simple, super simple.
Did we go over the Thingiverse page? You can actually download this.
You can
the
download
files
it.
Are free to download. We talked a little bit about how it fits on the bigger printers like the Prusa, and here are all the files, of course, including that buck that we talked a little bit about.
Yeah, I did a fantastic job of including those.
Yeah.
I did print one out. I don't want to grab it. It's too big.
Yeah, it's fine. And there's stuff in it too. But yeah, adding LEDs to it was a very fun thing to do.
Yep, with Halloween.
Great use of our board. So
Halloween coming up. This is an excellent, simple, I think.
Yeah.
Once you get all the parts printed.
Unfortunately, out of stock of the Blue Fruit NRF52840, but you can sign up to be notified when they are back in stock. This is an M4 Cortex processor, so it's the fastest we got right now for Bluetooth, and it's Bluetooth low energy. So check it out. We are making more projects with it in the coming months. Latest one is from Erin St. Blaine, our residential mermaid. And I'm trying to look for her lanyard project. Here it is. So if you want to make something really cool like this, she made an LED lanyard using an LED strip and the NRF52, also coded in CircuitPython. So it's easy to update the code. No compiling errors here. Excellent. All right. Well, that is one of what we're prototyping. The next thing we'll talk about is maybe you don't want to 3D print a thing for 2 days. Maybe you just want to add it to, I don't know, maybe a hat. How about that? Let's add it to our hat, shall we? So I'm wearing a hat, and it's from Lids. And here it is. Let's take it off. So I do have an LED strip on it, of course. Why wouldn't you? And what's cool about this is that I kind of wanted to use these crystals that we carry in the shop. These crystals are no foil backing, so that they can diffuse the LED elements. Now, when you add these crystals to your LEDs, it makes them look a little bit more attractive than bare LEDs. How about we focus? So you can kind of get a look here of the prettiness that is. I just super glued them on top. They're never coming off now, but it doesn't matter because they look great. This is a mini skinny NeoPixel strip. It's a high density version, and I believe it's 144 pixels per meter. And it's hot glued to the hat. I didn't really want to sew it because I've done that before, and that is very time consuming. So I opted in for hot glue, and it seems to be holding up pretty well. So the electronics live right here in the flap of the hat, and it's just in the flap. There's nothing holding it really because it just kind of sits in that pocket. I'm using a 500 milliamp LiPo battery here, so you got to be a little bit careful so it doesn't explode on the side of your noggin there. But what's really cool about it is I have this JST connector that I have soldered onto there. So that means I can plug and disconnect this. And now I have this free hat there that can be washed or whatever, hand washed if you want. And now I just have the circuit here, so I could swap this out. Very, very cool, because now I can swap this out for whatever board. And interesting note here is you can hot glue a little slide switch over here connected to the enable and ground pins. That way you can turn off the circuit, because right now it doesn't actually have a built-in on-off switch. Why is this is it this one? There we go. And let's rotate it the right way. So there you go. That gives it a little bit of insulation there, the hot glue, and it's holding out pretty well. It doesn't cover the antenna or mess with it, so that's really nice. And that's it, just those 3 connections for a NeoPixel strip. You got power, ground, and data over there on pin number 6, but you can switch it around if you want. It's got built-in LiPo charging, so once I plug this into a USB port, it's going to start charging this battery, which is very nice. All right, and to put it back in the hat, all I got to do is plug it in, like so. Just make sure the thing lines up, tuck it in my hat. I'll have the USB port facing down, so I have access to the slide switch up there. I'll put that maybe over there. So when I put it on, there we go. So it's running the exact same code from the LED lanyard project and also the Starman helmet. And you can get a better look at the animations here on the hat, I think. So again, we'll go over to the overhead, go into Bluetooth. This is the Bluefruit app. It's a free download from the App Store. So I'll connect to it. It's called Circuit Pi. Over here you have some options. I'll click on the controller, and then I can either pick the control pad or the color picker. I'll go with the control pad and start playing with these animations. There's one. I like number 3. That one's kind of like a fire effect. So if you want to see it speed up, you hit the up button. You can see it speed up there. So if we go back to the face cam, you get a look at it animating there, and we can go slower. Or we can stop it at a dead stop. Or make it go as fast as it can. Whee! Too fast, right? Now I'll slow it down. Excellent. So I wanted to create this project because we have a trip this weekend to the Walt Disney World. So I wanted to bring this hat there and get some shots of it in action. We're putting together a build video that shows exactly how to solder it, how to measure it, how to craft your hat or your headgear. It doesn't have to be a hat, of course. It can be a shirt, a backpack, anything really. Because it's a great piece of hardware and code. So there we go. Going back over to the rainbow, back over to the blue one. Okay, cool. So I like it. Excellent. Again, it's using this code from this project from Aaron St. Blaine and using the NRF52840. Very, very awesome piece of hardware. And if you're wondering where the LED strip is over here. This is the 144 a meter. It's very high density. And they're mini skinny, so they're smaller than the regular NeoPixels. That's why they're called
half the width of a regular.
Skinny. Yeah, so this is great for putting it inside things like swords and hats and helmets and all sorts of stuff. So
it's the only way we can fit those in there.
Yep. Comes with the pads so that you can cut it. You can cut the strip to any length you'd like and solder to those pads. Just follow the data connection. Very neat. They can be chained as well. So if you have different strips that are going all over the place, you can daisy chain them, and they'll make these beautiful animations like these. Very cool. So if you want to pick up the NeoPixel strips are in stock. If you want to pick those up, why not get 10% off your order with coupon code 5years. All that stuff's in the description of this YouTube video as well, if you want to click on those links. Sweet. All right, we got one last thing we'll talk about. It's going to be a little blend. So we're going to jump into Shop Talk. And I'm going to load that website real quick. This one right here. So if you are new to 3D printing and perhaps you want to win a 3D printer, definitely check out the competition from My Mini Factory. That is a marketplace / repo place to see some amazing designs for 3D printers and by 3D makers. And this one is a collaboration with the CraftBot, which is a manufacturer of 3D printers, and 3D MakerNoob, aka Joe. Joe runs a YouTube channel where he inspires and creates content that is very, very interesting and informative for 3D printing enthusiasts, makers like ourselves and you. So check this out. There's a little design brief. The point of this one is to integrate electronics and 3D printing. That is excellent. So if you want to submit your design, you can do so, and you will be entered in to win the grand prize, which is this custom designed CraftBot Plus 3D printer.
Nice.
Very, very nice. So check that out. We have links in the description of the YouTube. The deadline for submission is September 16th. So this is a great way to get a new printer in your arsenal. There are some rules and things like that. I think Joe will be judging which entries will win. So let's see all the entries here. So this is really just a way to kind of create any type of design that uses or incorporates electronics. It doesn't have to be lights. It can be sensors. It can be switches, buttons, keyboards, all that sort of stuff. Check out the submissions so far. You got some really good ideas here, like a clock, sundial clock here, a windmill, a box with buttons, which is my favorite. Just any type of arcade button is always an excellent thing. Aquarium remote timer. Oh, that's so perfect. There is so much good stuff here. It's going to be tough for Joe to pick one. I'm glad I'm not the judge on this one. Look at this piano sustain pedal. Very, very awesome. Huh. So check it out. If you have an interesting design that you'd like to share, you can submit it, and I think that will give you some chances. There's no limit on submissions, so you can submit as many as you like. Very, very excellent. So with that, I'd like to inspire you folks and let you know what might be some interesting things to make. So Joe himself created a nice fiber optic lamp, and you can check that out on the page. And what I'd like to share with you guys is the Circuit Playground Express, which I believe is the easiest way to get into programming LEDs and hardware. So this is the Circuit Playground Express. It is our most popular, most sold board, and it is a little round PCB. It's got 10 LEDs across the edges here, and these little pads here, you can clip them with alligator clips, so there's no soldering required. If you're new to electronics, I definitely recommend picking up a Circuit Playground Express and playing around with programming the LEDs. You have 2 buttons. There's a buzzard, so you can make little tones and sounds. There's an accelerometer, so if you shake this, it can do different animations. A temperature sensor, an IR sensor, so you can do some wireless control. It's got a lot of stuff going for it, and again, no soldering required. It even has capacitive touch, so if you wanted to make like a little piano, a fruit piano, you can do that by touching these pads and connecting wires to it. So that is the Circuit Playground Express. It is amazing. When you plug it in, it will go ahead and start doing amazing things. This is a fully reversible USB cable. I really like this one, and so that means wherever you plug it in, whether it's this way, let me flip it around, or this way, it doesn't matter because it always fits. It's also reversible on this end. Really, really nice cable, and it's purple, purplish pink, and it's braided. Why not? So what I have here is I'm going to put it into this little 3D printed mount, and if you'd like to learn about how to design something like this, I have a full tutorial on how to do so. It is a great way to kind of get your circular PCBs to snap fit like that. There's these little tabs in here that kind of hold the PCB in place. And let's go ahead and plug it in. So I got it plugged in. I need to either plug it into a computer or a USB battery bank like I have over here. I'm going to plug it in. Again, it's fully reversible, so I can plug it in that way or this way. Go ahead and turn that battery on. You're going to see some lights there. So those are the LED lights that are on, all 10 of them. And I figured it would be cool to add to the Circuit Playground. How about a Lego head? Hi there. This is a 3D printed Lego head that we designed in Fusion 360. It has a little bit of a threading here on the top, so it's fully hollowed out, so it makes great light diffusion. So you put that on there. You got yourself this Circuit Playground mount. Notice that there is a fine pitched coil wrapping around that. That means that there's a fine pitched coil around here too. So now we can put this in, twist it in there, and now we have this really nice glowy Lego head. There he is. So if you're looking for inspiration, why not a Lego head? So this is a nice little kind of desk lamp. Perhaps you could make it into something else, but I think
but connect to the internet, have it blink when you get an email.
That's right. If you were to shake it, maybe the head kind of pulsates or something. You can program this in Microsoft's Make code, which doesn't require any programming knowledge. It's a website that has code blocks, so you can just drag and drop functions animations and to create really cool stuff. I just barely got enough time to set mine up, and I just got finished printing this, which is why I don't have a really cool demo, but having it light up white took a couple of seconds. I also dual extruded it, but you could paint these eyes if you want. That looks terrible. Death to the Lego head. And I have a bottom opening here so that you can expose wires or perhaps put a battery if you want it battery operated. I figured it works pretty well plugged in, and yeah, I gotta make one for the kiddo now because he really wants one. Very cool. So it's about this big. It's not super small and it's not super big. It should fit on even the smallest 3D printer, like a 100mm bed. So some inspiration, make some lamps. Really easy to design stuff around the Circuit Playground Express because we have a 3D model of the Circuit Playground Express that you can play around with. So it's really easy to design stuff for it. So check it out.
Don't forget to check out the layer by layer that you launched yesterday on making circular cases.
That's right.
For PCBs like the Circuit Playground Express.
Yep. And I have a product page for you folks. It is indeed in stock right now. It's $25. You can get 10% off your order. Or if you order enough, you can get one for free. Excellent. This is a really great way to get young folks, anybody who's looking to learn how to program hardware. It's an excellent little kit. And we hope that more educators use it, as a lot of educators are using it. It also works with code.org, CS Discoveries, Arduino, CircuitPython. It's got all that plus tax, you guys. You got to check it out. Excellent. I think I did it. Coupon code 5 years. Thanks for the links. Those are great.
Let's go ahead and jump into this week's Community Makes. We didn't have too much time last week with the enormous show that was the build of the Master Sword.
That's right. So check that out if you want to see the Master Sword from The Legend of Zelda light up and shoot beams. If you want to see that, take a look at last week's video. I'll put that right here.
Yeah, so last week's Community Makes was actually a make for me.
Yeah.
I made this super simple. Where is it? There we go. This little Mario themed brick planter. I designed this, oh my gosh, 7 years ago or something like that.
So I was going to go back and be like, you could stick a circuit playground underneath it and make it light up. And
probably don't want to, since there is drainage for all the water.
Right. It's an idea to make something as simple as a light up Mario cube. Would be really cool.
Sorry, I don't have any Fusion files for this. This was actually modeled inside of Maya. So if you do want that, you can actually get education versions of it that would allow you to open it up and edit the meshes. Super simple little design. I even have these hooks for attaching to a wall.
Very nice.
Looks really nice. I think it's like an M6 or a number 6 screws.
Okay.
I think that would be like an M8 or something like that in terms of metric.
How'd you get that? Sorry. How'd you get the colors?
Oh yeah, so we're using the rainbow PLA colors that we've been having a lot of fun playing with, and you just type in Amazon Rainbow PLA. It's the one that has like the metallic sheen to it. I forget the company's name. It's like Exquisite Rainbow. Exquisite Rainbow, I think is the name of the company.
Okay.
Super simple little design. I just use Illustrator to create the patterns for this, and then used, oh man, I forgot what, to actually raise it out of there inside of Maya.
It's fine. So tell us about, let's look at the time lapse. All right.
You can check out the time lapse for that.
Let's look at the time lapse. I think this is the right one. Yep, this is the right one. This is printed on a Prusa printer using the Octolapse plugin. That's how you're able to get these incredible time lapses. The printer will basically park its head and allow our DSLR to snap a picture via a mechanical switch.
It's a metal switch. Once they meet close together, it'll close the circuit.
Sounds mechanical to me.
Shutter. It winds up being mechanical.
Yeah. Anyway,
but two magnets touch.
Yeah, maybe we'll do a video on it, but there's some great content out there from fine folks who probably made an Octoprint, Octolapse, kind of how to. But hey, very nice choice of plant there. That is a Venus flytrap.
So it's about 90 millimeters tall, something like that. So it should fit on even the smallest print bed. No support material required. There's a little bit of overhang there, but printers with active cooling should be able to handle it. Sweet, let's look at the next one. The next one is... And then this week's was Optimus Prime, not Megatron.
Not Megatron.
Sorry,
It's fine.
We're doing like 5 things at once. happens.
Yep. So this again printed on the Prusa printer using the Octolapse Timelapse plugin. This was also the Rainbow PLA filament from an unknown manufacturer. Whatever manufacturer, I forgot the name.
Yeah, it's a exquisite rainbow.
Exquisite rainbow. You can search on Amazon if you'd like to.
Search Rainbow PLA.
Rainbow PLA.
What's super cool about this is all the pieces, or all the hinges, print in place, nothing fused together. The head, I thought, would sort of break off, but excellent model.
Yeah, excellent way to get to see print in place, hinges on a printer. So it's really great. Let's look at the overhead now.
Here is Optimus Prime. Oh, move his head.
So right now he's a truck. He's a semi.
There is actually another part that I didn't print out. The trailer part of it. So he does have that.
Oh, that's cool.
And people in the comments are saying that this is actually how he's supposed to.
I don't see how that works.
I think like that. So his hands are tucked in like that. Yeah, there we go. That makes sense. Okay.
There you go.
That always happens with things that need to be like assembled. I always do it wrong.
Yeah.
But actually, that's like the best way to get engagement. Do something wrong so people tell you how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
So it's super simple. This guy comes out like that. His arms fold out. And I really like the way that his head pops out like that. You can kind of see the inside there. It's just like a little scoop with that's acting as rails for the head to travel along. Excellent.
Autofocus never works.
There you go. You can see there how it has like a 45-degree sort of rail, a little scoop.
The pivot.
It pivots against.
Very cool. I like this filament. It's pretty interesting the way it gives you that gradational gradient transition between two colors. Very neat. Is that what he says?
No, it's just his hands are so close to his chest. He's like doing the gorilla pound.
Okay, robot gorilla. Excellent.
So super sweet little design. Designer does have Megatron as well, which is why I got confused when I was
right. Oh, there's the trailer. Yeah, that looks great.
Yeah, check out the trailer.
Yeah. Yours looks so much more colorful. That's cool. It prints like that? No, it doesn't.
No, it prints flat.
Lay it flat. Look at Pedro's video on how to lay it out. GitHub made it as well. Again, this is from Thingiverse user DaBombDiggity.
DaBombDiggity. Super awesome.
Yeah.
Check out all of his designs. He has a couple.
Very sweet. So if you're a fan, check it out. All right, cool.
Super
and the Mario Cube is a design from Pedro, like you said. Here it is in use. He printed it the proper colors.
There it is up on the wall.
I think you painted that. The grout.
Paint it.
You painted it. Excellent. Very cool. Alrighty now. Going on to community makes. The first one is from Liz, Blitz City DIY YouTube channel. Check it out. Where did my thing go? There it is. She made our wireless spool holder carousel. Very, very neat. It is a little ball bearing on in the middle of this circular kind of mount. And it just allows you to spin and rotate your carousel of one of our favorite types of wire, which is silicone covered stranded wire. This stuff's flexible, this stuff's strong, great for wearables, great for projects and strips and stuff. It won't melt. The sheathing won't melt like the PVC header pins do. So check it out, some good stuff. And thanks Liz for posting your awesome make. Great color scheme. Next up we got an iPhone bumper using semi-flex material. So if you got yourself an iPhone 6 Plus and then you want a bumper, you want to try out some flexible filaments on your 3D printer, there's a nice design. There's all sorts of different designs as well. Of course, you can search on Thingiverse and beyond. Another one, we have a Pi Zero case updated with some mounting holes. So if you are interested in checking out some Pi Zero cases that are 3D printed, there's a nice remix here. And we got another remix. This is the PCB mount for the Neo Trellis. It's kind of difficult to understand what this is, so I'll click on these pictures. You can see that this is a mounting tray. This is a little bit updated for, I guess, the header pins, and it's for this project that we did a couple weeks ago. It's a sound board project using the M4 Prop Maker Featherwing and the the Neo Trellis 4x4 button pad matrix with embedded LEDs, so you can make it really sweet. Either a sound box controller or just a sound board, I guess. with different sounds. All CircuitPython, so check it out. Yep, those are this week's community makes. If you guys would like to share any project with us, you can do so by hitting us up in any of the social channels or on Discord. You can follow us right there. We got @Adafruit, and I'm Ekin, and Pedro's the NeoPixel. Very sweet. Okay. I'm taking a look at the notes.
Posting all of the links.
Thank you, thank you. Sweet. We did it. We ran through the whole show.
Yay.
5 years. Here's to another 5. All right. Well, we got some more show and more content for you guys. This is show day. Later tonight at 7:30 p.m. we have Asinan Show and Tell. Longest running, probably 10 plus years we've been doing the show and tell. That's how we got our jobs. We showed up.
So they're, I think they actually sunsetted Google Hangouts, so there is a different way that Phil's going to try using something called Backyard Stream.
Is it?
And yeah, I did some tests on that, so we'll see how that goes, but definitely tune in at 7:30 to see how it goes with doing the show and tell in this new format.
Yeah, we're still going to just restream, so that's going to go out to Facebook and YouTube and LinkedIn and other places. Mm-hmm. But that is where you can find it, on YouTube and on the Discord chat.
Right after that, full hour of Lamar and Phil on Ask an Engineer. We'll talk about all of the going-ons in the maker community and world, as well as all the new products coming out and all the new secret projects that are happening in the background.
That's right. So I was going to say something about the show and tell. So it is a participation. You can come in and share your project, share what you're working on. We'd really appreciate it if you do. And it's going to be a new website to do it. So join in with us and try to figure this out.
Let's figure this out together.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow, don't forget, John Park's workshop, Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. He's going to be taking a look at some awesome knob controls inside of MakeCode. So definitely check
rotary
that out.
Stuff. Excellent. Very cool. All right. Well, that's going to be it. Don't forget, their coupon code is 5 years. So if you want to pick up anything, please do so. Also, sign up for those email notifications to get notified when this stuff is back in stock, like the BLE feather, and I think there's something else.
I have that page on a tab that I keep refreshing because I have one more to take a photo of, and that's it.
Don't forget,
more.
We actually have some PyGamers in stock.
Refresh.
There's still 14.
Refresh.
I just did.
Oh.
So please use that coupon code.
Remember, max 2 per customer, but if you need one now, go ahead and get it. There were 60 earlier. They go fast.
Yep. We appreciate it. Sweet. I think we're out of stuff.
Again, we've been celebrating 5 years. We're going to go get some cake this weekend. So if you want to follow the behind the scenes of us building all the stuff that we do every week, definitely check out the socials up there. Don't forget to follow Adafruit for our weekly postings of all the past projects that we've worked on over the years. Please check that out. Stay up to date, since we actually do go back and update a lot of those projects with new codes or the Python. Ways to do a lot of the old animations and things like that. Always being updated, upgraded, so definitely don't miss out on that.
All right, that's going to be it, folks. We'll see you later tonight on the show and tell. Hopefully it all works out. Wish us luck. Thank you guys so much again for joining us. We'll do this next week, but until then, don't forget to make a great day. Bye, folks.
See you later tonight.